true, I am in love. And yes, we are about to embark on an amazing erotic journey.
I love this show. A-holes will probably cancel it or mess it up.
Plus, Carol banged her old boyfriend all the time, and he was a real piece of shit. She'd probably go wild on you.
Freak yeah, more rest please.
I'm gonna lose my head. I'm gonna go wild.
Okay, settle down, Roz.
Dear creators of Unsupervised, bring back this show. I can see this show having 5 or 6 seasons.
Take it, bro. Just take it. I'm sorry.
Y'all need to get some tongs or something, man. You just picked up a condom with your bare hand.
The insight and creativity put into Unsupervised should serve as a benchmark for adult animation.
You're never gonna be liked, and you're never gonna have boobs. Huh? Flatty. 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 I'm not flat. I'm not. Shut up!
What's good, y'all? Unsupervised was the unsung hero of the FX animated lineup that never was. This is me doing it some justice, so strap down if you're new. You're probably gonna laugh in the next couple minutes. If you're returning, you probably already knew that. Let's go.
Yo, what you doing, dog? Go ahead. Shoot. Yo, don't make me drop you. The shit's not even loaded.
I just had an epiphany. It's the accents. The accents are the reason the delivery is so funny. Shit's not even loaded.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? King of the Hill's great and all, but it's actually quite sterile thematically.
Well, you know what I always say. If you plan ahead, then when things happen, you're prepared.
No shade still, just that's by the design of the middle class. And so I feel like if the Hills were to shift down a class, we might end up with something like Unsupervised.
What's up, guys?
What's up, cats and dogs?
Oh, man. Why are you yelling?
You wanna see my private? Right?
Yo, man.
No,
Come
I
on.
didn't have to do anything. I got freaking rope burn on my private. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm trying to be good. All right, you ready?
It don't matter if I'm ready. The freaking school needs us. Maynard High is a place, freaking school.
By the way, thank you so much for the positive feedback on the last video. Go ahead, tap in with that if you missed it. I cover Unsupervised, confronting the question, is it okay to be poor and happy?
I make something in my bathtub that'll make you happy.
But now it's time to jump into the story a little more. I figure there's no better frame of reference than the towering infrastructure that is King of the Hill.
The preview, now get to the feature.
Okay, wow. There is no better frame of reference than the towering infrastructure that is King of the Hill versus the one and only season of Unsupervised.
I think you better see the nurse.
Okay.
Maynard High School does not discriminate. All right, please welcome sophomore Audrey Coates with a speech about Martin King.
Honky. Gook. Kike.
Huh?
Chocolate monster.
What the shit?
Much like your mom off one too many Applebee's margaritas, Unsupervised has absolutely no filter. Evidently, some of the same people responsible for Always Sunny, you know, the 30th sitcom ever created by man, had their greasy tentacles all over this project.
Guys, we're covered in ringworm.
Check it out. He's hard as hell.
And the cast was absolutely stacked. I mean, the show got canceled, but through no fault of its own. My theory is, circa 2011, Unsupervised was greenlit following the success of Archer, right? And because of factors such as its likeness to Beavis and Butthead. It seems that for all of its similarities to these iconic shows, instead of appreciating those very qualities, a lot of people pegged Unsupervised as a fake version of those. But the truth is, Unsupervised was not a fugazi Beavis and Butthead. You see, with this show, the laugh track is not the script, and the script is not the laugh track.
And that's why I realized boobs aren't just mounds of fat. They're awesome.
Eventually, FX makes a big stink about the ratings, probably never watching a full episode, and instead of improving the marketing strat for next season, they decided to can it all together.
Oh my god! Ain't this some bullshit?
Are you kidding me?
Unsupervised was a writing and production success, albeit a marketing failure. That's just my personal theory.
Let's take that car. Sir, maybe you didn't know, but we have white privilege. Get your hands where I can see them! I think the problem is you're just uneducated. What the freaking crap? Look at that!
Oh, look, the X-Hat
watching.
The circle of life continues. A man dies and a bird is born.
That is cute. I ain't gonna lie.
Now that's an image everyone can feel good about.
Yeah, look, Ross, it's a little chicken. I'm gonna put it in my butthole.
Hank Hill was the quintessential brainchild of Beavis and Butthead, and we'll dive deeper into King of the Hill a little bit just to show why Unsupervised was a lower class version of that. That's what it could have been, bro. They canceled it. In Unsupervised, Gary and Joel are mostly on their own.
Nigga, where your mom at, nigga?
While in King of the Hill, they're an absolute unit of a family.
If anyone yells, "There's Bobby Hill's parents," just start to look around saying, "Where, where?"
I ain't got no rules.
Yes, like chaos there. What about your parents?
My dad ran away, and my stepmom's out of town like every weekend.
My parents are old as dirt. They don't give a crap about anything.
Sounds sad.
This is where the class divide begins.
My school is the streets, and looking down a barrel of a pointed revolver is my teaching.
Most lower class households are, suffice to say, not nuclear families. So automatically when comparing them, Bobby has all types of advantages over these guys. And with those advantages comes a sense of entitlement.
My dad makes $1,000 a day. That's $365,000 a year.
Whoa.
He's been doing it for 20 years. That's $7,300,000.
Bobby running up his parents' credit card is an extremely middle class scenario.
I'm gonna ask you shit. Your class sucks dick and you're boring.
Don't forget to sign up for the science fair.
My house don't have no power.
They spent hard on him. Look at his hair. It's like freaking butter spaghetti.
First prize is $200.
Dad!
That's crazy paper.
Dude, we could use that money to pay the power bill and then pocket what's left over.
Gary and Joel always have to just make do with what they have, being in the lower class, and when they do happen to have money, guess what happens? Wealth redistribution. Fuck.
If you got 40, I'll take that. You know, whatever you want.
Chocolate monster.
What the shit?
And that's pretty much on brand for them. At the end of the day, who else is going to keep the lights on, right? We have to keep in mind half Americans can't even afford a $500, $1,000 emergency expense. And in that same breath, there are middle-class families like Peggy's that can afford to dip off and go to a cheap motel for a little bit in the event they need a vacate.
Look, you've been informed there's mold in this house, which means if you ever want to sell this property...
I know, girl. I know.
They're arguing again, Hank. Or making love. Making love.
If we were to put Joel and Gary in that same hotel, I can see it now. I guarantee you Joel or Gary will come out with some kind of silver lining there.
Okay. Who's ready for Peggy Hill's coffee maker ramen, huh?
In short, these characters' respective class strata defines their experiences and quality of life. In terms of the middle class Hills, you don't know what you have until it's gone.
I know, girl.
And in terms of our lower class sweethearts and every kid watching a toy commercial, you don't know what you want until you see someone else have it.
This is the coolest house I've ever seen in my life.
Yo, Allie, you live in a palace!
It's just a stupid house.
These two states of consciousness are on the opposite ends of the spectrum in the experience that is to be a consumer and an idiot in America.
Thanks again for Chinese food. It's like the most succulent thing I've ever eaten.
For starters, I want to let it be known, Sid is a creep and is by no means comparable to John Redcorn as a human. Of course, that won't stop me from comparing the two men as humans. Don't get me wrong, he has dubious morals too, but your man's over here, because it's not my man's, your man's over here, he's got bestiality and geppetto-philia under his belt. However, both of these guys play a parent-like role in these kids' lives.
Oi! What the hell's going on out here?
Whether or not they fail at filling the role is up for interpretation. Furthermore, they seem to share a mutual appreciation for white women.
Did you bang my stepmom? Yes, I did.
Are you guys in love? Nah.
Not really.
Where's my weed? Wow, 0% chance of charm or what, huh?
In either case, both parties are low-key fetishizing each other.
Asking where my homework at, nigga. Where your mom at, nigga?
I ate wires last night and pretended it was spaghetti. It did not make me a robot. No matter how many wires you eat, a child will not become a robot. Alright, that's the end of my friggin' report.
A+. Good job, Russ.
One of the best episodes of the show's short-lived lifespan follows Gary and Joel's crusade against the scammer principle for equal education.
Why would you boys want to change tracks? It makes no sense.
Dude, we want to learn everything in the world, Miss Stark.
Yeah, I'm curious as hell. We're already missing out on opportunities like the PDOT test.
Well, you know what they say. Tests are not for turtles.
Who the hell are the turtles?
You. The smart kids are eagles.
Why? Because they soar above everyone else?
Yes, precisely.
But screw that, right? They want a normie education, so they get their way. They get put back in the NPC class.
Yes.
Awesome!
Yo, thanks, skunk.
And the first thing that they're met with is an unusually cool gust of wind.
Dad, feel that wind, man. What is that?
It's air conditioning, and we get that every day, and it's not that big a deal.
Similar to the rich girl situation, the boys are exposed to a new side of life as they realize
We should have been learning like that our whole lives. We've been getting gypped.
bamboozled, swindled, conned. And somewhere across time space in a parallel universe, aka Arlen, Texas, we can observe a similar plot point, including a more privileged, pudgier protagonist.
This is ridiculous. My boy is flunking out and you're just making excuses. Carl, aren't you going to say something?
Oh, sorry, Hank, I wasn't listening. I'm mainly here for backup. You would not believe how quickly these parent-teacher conferences can turn violent.
So naturally, their resolution is to place Bobby in a special needs class with a built-in ice cream freezer. Neato. But if they're gonna have some, they better grab it now, because there's no ice cream allowed on the short bus. That's right. We're going on an educational trip to the water park. You gotta admit, this alternate universe, I could get used to this. This alternate reality, aka the middle class, does have its perks, but for all the wrong reasons.
Listen, Stu, those kids are no more special than you and me. They were never in any danger. I just put them in that class so we could pass the standardized test.
I didn't hear that. You can't prove I heard that.
Well, funny thing, it turns out with Principal Stark too. If you ain't talking money, she's not hearing it either.
The state rewards high-scoring schools with financial incentives.
I thought the turtles weren't even allowed to take the test.
Well, they're allowed, but we just try to distract them to bump up our scores. That was the point of the field trip to the sewage plant.
Shouts out to all the principals that was scam. My principal was a scammer. I don't know about y'all, but shouts out to them.
My school is the streets, and looking down a barrel of a pointed revolver is my teacher.
And just like that, we have the same exact scenario, kind of flipped, but the stakes are much higher and the school trips are much more musty in the lower class. They can lose what little funding they do have. You see, there's no built-in ice cream freezer in the special needs classroom at Maynard High. In fact, there's not even a special needs classroom. It's more of a special needs shipping container.
They call them the sardines.
There's kids in there?
Yep, I can imagine they definitely lock it up and ship the entire class long haul style to their sewage plant trips to save money. So consider what we have so far. In both cases, we find the principals cracking down on any and every low achiever on a campaign to skew the school's performance on the standardized torture gauntlet. I meant test.
Come with me, Jack. And leave your books. You're not gonna be needing where you're going.
Both special classes are incentivized by sweets, candy, sugar, probably to help obstruct any, thoughts or opinions coming out of their mouth.
May I offer you some candied cinnamon?
Yeah, sure.
No, man. She's trying to distract us from the problem.
Oh, shit, right.
And these kids, clearly not special needs, the teachers were.
What if we gave the slower children Adderall or cocaine to help them study?
In my school, this was the special needs kid.
Sounds like a short ride to me.
In the end, you can't get away with child neglect.
The special needs kids!
And you can't keep Joel away from his education.
I'm freaked out, and I'm pumped, and I'm angry, and I want answers.
To the test. Both classes got an intensive studying montage, and let's just say one curriculum included Viking sex, and the other had algebra?
I guess our boy is special after all.
I got friggin' 600, dude!
So did I!
You know you get 600 points just for signing your name, right?
Tom Landry's school collectively chokes the test and, as a consequence, loses their principal. He's now been relegated to moving products in these streets.
Move a mad rock all day selling that real heavy drug shit, you know what I mean?
And if that doesn't work, he'll try rapping. And if that doesn't work,
This rap shit don't work, we running up in niggas' houses,
Maynard High doesn't do too hot either. But of course, none of the faculty are held accountable. Instead, the kids lose out on precious resources.
Due to our poor test scores, we will be making some cutbacks that will go into effect immediately.
You know what? This is a fairly realistic ending, because poor kids usually don't win. But you know what? A part of me is happy, skunk.
Yo, thanks, skunk!
Because they freed my mans, you feel me?
They were the worst test results our school has ever received, except for the one student who got a perfect score.
God bless him.
Yeah. Turns out he wasn't slow at all. He just got a crippling speech impediment.
He's giving Freak the Mighty. Big vibes. If you know, you know. He's giving Freak the Mighty, but if Max was the genius.
You're my best friend.
Yo, Miss Russ too.
Come on, let's go, wrap it up. I love you, Joe.
And on that note, thank y'all so much if you're still here.
It was bad. It was bad.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Since you are still here, Russ is getting his own video soon, so stay tuned for that. Kick the like button for this. And to my OG subs, I had to acknowledge it, even though it's not that many of y'all. Peep the rebrand. It's all adrenaline from here, cause we running it up and we never gonna stop. Peace.